Afternoon. We appreciate you joining us as we get ready to kick off another season. We're excited about our first pre-tournament meeting. We're going to run the same format as we've ran the last several years. We'll be pre-recording these meetings and giving you all the information that you need for each tournament. I'll always post these on Monday, sometime at least by 6 o'clock is usually what I promise. So sometime between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock on Monday. We'll put these on YouTube. We'll put them on Facebook so that you can go and watch the videos and see all the information that you need for the upcoming weekend. So we're excited about starting on Lake Jordan this year. And I'm going to give you some of the details. And we are going to do something different than we've done before. Those of you that's been with us, you know that we've kind of changed some things up on Lake Jordan the last several years, figuring out what works best for our association and our trail with the experience that we have with captains and anglers being, a middle school and high school trail. And so we try to take that in consideration as we're making these decisions. It's very important that you have all your captains watch any information that is shared in this video. Unless we send out something official via email, then the rules and the procedures that we cover in these pre-tournament meetings each week are what we go by. And so anytime we have discussions about, I didn't know that was off limits, I didn't know I was supposed to do this, that's not how you typically do it, we're always going to refer back to the video because it is one of our requirements that if you're a captain in the tournament that you actually watch the video and make sure that you're aware of the information for the tournament. So we'll go ahead and get started with this one. We're going to start off with a prayer like always. And so I'll open us in prayer and then we'll get started with a few of the details for this weekend. Lord, we thank you for this day and for all your blessings. Lord, we thank you for another opportunity that we have this upcoming weekend to start another season. Lord, we thank you for the success and the safety of all of our anglers and captains and just all of our members last year. And we ask for the same this year. Lord, as we travel across the state to and from tournaments, that you will keep our members safe, their family members as they come to these tournaments, Lord, that you will protect everyone on the water, that you will give us as directors and officers of the association clarity when it comes to tournament decisions, Lord, that always reflects the safety of our anglers. So, Lord, we ask that you'd give us just great weekends as we go throughout the season. We look forward to just being out on the water and enjoying your creation. Lord, we just thank you for all that you do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. We're going to kick off in Elmore County. We did have our kickoff tournament actually right outside of Elmore County on the Alabama River, and the Elmore County Economic Development Board actually sponsored that tournament as well. So I appreciate Lisa Van Wagner and what that entire economic development association does for our association as we're getting to put on these tournaments. Guys, you don't realize a lot of the things that we do working with these economic boards, these tourism departments, Chamber of Commerce, the cities, whatever it may be. A lot of times we're doing this 1 to 2 years in advance. And I will tell you, Elmore County Economic Development is up there at the top in the state as good as anybody else on making sure that our trail is supported and that our requests are taken care of. And so we appreciate everything that they do. All right, as always, if you're new this year, this might be the first time that you're seeing this. Otherwise, it's the same. Because these videos are pre-recorded, we want to give you a chance to ask your questions before the weekend. You have two options to do that on our Facebook page. Once the video is posted, you may comment your questions there. We'll be monitoring that all week long and can answer your questions. Otherwise, shoot a text message or a phone call to 334-300-4437. This is the number to the association cell phone. I have it with me majority of the time, and I will be able to answer your questions before the tournament as well. All right, so here's some specific information. So let's start with packet pickup. So the packet pickup is going to be at the Wetumpka Civic Center. It's right downtown. It's very close to Dairy Queen, the Hampton Inn downtown. The address is on the screen, 410 South Main Street. That is where you will pick up your packets, okay? Packet pickup will be the same as before. It's Friday night between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Please make arrangements to get your packet then and to get your boat numbers. Okay, that is by far the easiest thing to do. We will allow you to pick it up Saturday morning only if you can't get there Friday night. And usually on Friday night, the ones that can't get there are those that are in that kind of sweet spot. If we're in your town where your high school's at, please go ahead and have somebody run up there and get it. But sometimes we have those teams that are about an hour, maybe to an hour and a half away, where they're not staying in town. Maybe they pre-fished, maybe they didn't, but even if they did, they got off the water around 2 or 3 o'clock, and they've already traveled an hour and a half back home, and they're getting ready and getting the boat ready for the next day. We understand that. But there's no way. We got 47 teams fishing Lake Jordan. There's no way we can give out all 47 of those in the morning. And you got to have time to give those boat numbers to your anglers. So only the ones that absolutely have to get those in the morning, you'll contact Lori McKenzie to set that up. We will not give out numbers once we hit safe light. All of our directors have a job when we get ready to blast off. And so once we get to that point, if you haven't arrived, you have to wait until blast off is over before we're going to go pull your numbers out. So either get them Friday night before, or I would say 30 minutes before safe flight to be ensure that you have your numbers on time. For far as boats, we got 145 senior division boats, 63 junior division boats, 208 total. A good sized tournament, but one that we're going to change some things up when we get to weigh in so that everyone can have a great time of watching the fish be weighed in. And so we'll talk about that in just a second. Here is the Wetumpka Civic Center. This is what it looks like. If you put the address in, we will just be in the parking lot right here. It'll just be a couple of trucks. You'll see us maybe standing out there. It's just a kind of a drive-through. You'll pull in this parking lot. You'll come over to where we're at, tell us your school. We'll hand you your packet, ask if you have any changes, and then you'll be able to leave. Okay. All right, before I go any further, I was talking about the Elmore County Economic Development. Let me say as well, this is becoming more and more popular throughout the entire season, where we are asked to provide economic impact data back to these sponsoring organizations. It's the only way that we're able to give them data that supports us having these tournaments here. Almost every single economic development board, chamber of commerce, or city that we work with asks for this. You will be seeing a lot of these this year. When I send them out, please fill out these forms. It is very frustrating when we have 208 boats and we send these forms out. I expect 208 responses because boat captains should be monitoring their email. It's something from the association. It's something during the tournament week. It's very important that we provide that information for them. It's very frustrating when we only have 80 turned in, and I have to go back and and call your coaches and go forth. So I'll be sending one out this week, probably tomorrow, and for the same thing. You'll see this at most tournaments. Please make sure that you get these filled out and that you get those returned to us so that we can provide this information to these boards. All right, blast off. We're going to blast off at Bonner's Point. Okay. Don't get this confused. This is different than ever before. We're going to blast off at Bonner's. We're going to weigh in at the state ramp. Okay. I'm going to walk you through every single bit of this, but blast off will be at Bonner's Point. Now, you can use either of the two, Bonner's Point or state ramp. By the water, they're not that far. I mean, probably less than a 5 minute drive between the two. Um, by water. By road, it's over 40 minutes away because you're going way down to a bridge to come around. So um, you can use either one to put in. We're going to have to use both. We have 208 boats. Bonner's Point will only hold about 100 to 110 boats. So we're going to have to use both ramps. Okay. Um, I've tried before. We tried it last year to say, hey, junior division, you use this one, senior division, you use this, or if your boat number here, it didn't work because people don't listen and they do whatever they are going to do anyways, whatever they're closest to. And so what happened is last year it said, hey, boats 1 through 110 be at Bonners, everyone else go to state ramp. And then we had 10 or 15 other ones show up and then there's no parking there. And so it created a nightmare. So I'm going to let you choose. We'll talk about that in just a second. Bonner's Point, though, has got a cap. When it's maxed out, you can't go park in the grass or they will tow your vehicle. You will have to go to another ramp. So if you're going to use Bonners, I would recommend getting there early in the morning so that you guarantee you're one of the first 110 boats there. If you're going to be later, go on to the state ramp. There is no maximum at the state ramp. When we run out of parking spots, you can park in the grass, you can park up the side of the road at the state ramp. Make sure you get there on time. Okay. Everybody is ready to go when the sunlight comes up. Okay, that's the goal. Because what's frustrating is when you have boats that have, sorry for the interruption. Um, but when you have boats that have been there for an hour and a half and they're sitting and then they're in the top 50 and the sunlight comes up, they're ready to go. We should not be waiting on the last 50 that slept in an extra hour and a half trying to get in, especially when we have situations like Bonner's Point. When we're blasting at Bonner's Point, we come across the front of the ramp. Okay, so we're not going to have boats backing down as we have boats coming across and create a dangerous situation. We will shut that ramp down so that we can blast off across it. Um, Make sure you line up. I'm gonna spend a lot of time on this slide this year, okay? Because this has not been listened to for years now. Make sure you line up according to your numbers while using common sense. That line has been in our pre-tournament videos now for an extremely long time. What that means is that if you are boat 147, you should not be anywhere close to the docks at safe flag. When we're getting ready to blast, you should be way in the back. At the same time, if you're boat 19, you need to be close to the front. Every tournament, it never fails. We'll have boat 13 come through or boat 27 come through an hour later. And they're like, I couldn't hear you back there. The speakers don't. Well, you're boat 19. You should have never been back there. You should have been at the very front. So make sure that you're at the appropriate location based off your boat number using common sense. Okay. Next one, you have to move off the docks. We cannot tie up to docks in the morning. Docks are only there for you to have one of your boat captains or your angler step on the boat, and then you get away from it. We actually put this in the rules this morning that not being courteous, or put it in the rules for this year, that not being courteous of others at the docks in the morning was a violation of our sportsmanship conduct policy and was subject to disqualification. Guys, we never, ever, ever want to disqualify a boat in the morning before a tournament starts for something like this. But I mean, there were tournaments last year where there were just boats tied up to docks, and captains were trying to get on their boat to get out of the way. And they're standing over there asking to get through, and people are just sitting there not willing to move because they want to stay tied up. It's just not acceptable. It's not a sportsmanship that we're shooting for. It's not what we're trying to teach the younger anglers. The docks are there for you to pull up and pick a person up and then pull off for hour tournaments. Please do not sit there at the docks tied up for a long period of time. Okay. Hopefully, we've addressed that. I'll mention it every single tournament from here on out. It is subject to disqualification as a sportsmanship conduct issue if you're not working with other people and allowing them to get to the dock to pick up their other people. All right, size limit. We are back to a 5 fish limit this year. 12-inch limit for all fish, so spots and largemouth, but 5 fish. We're excited about getting back to 5 fish. That was a heavy request from this year. We're going to do it right, though. We're going to make sure our weigh-in is right there close to the water. We're going to take care of the fish. We're going to get them back quickly. It is our first tournament of the year. I know it's getting into October and it's starting to cool a little bit, but even as the morning cools and the actual temperature cools, the water temperature is not cooled that much. And so we're asking that you take care of the fish, still do the things that you would need to do. Uh, Definitely using product in your live wells. If you think you need ice, use ice as well. But let's take care of these fish so that we have an absolute fantastic survival rate of fishing and get all these fish back in the water. Make sure, just as a reminder, with it being the first tournament, that everyone's fishing license did expire August 31st. If you're 16 or older, you're required to have a valid fishing license. If you don't and you receive a ticket for that or anything else, any ticket at all, it's an automatic disqualification if you receive a ticket in the middle of a tournament. All right, so let's look at some maps. So this is Bonner's Point. Okay, so this is where you're coming in at. This is the big parking lot. Here is what we need. All boats behind this orange line, and this is at the first pier that you'll come to from the cove. Juniors, come all the way in the back of the cove as far back as you can. If your boat senior division but over 100, get in the back as well. Then you can see common sense tells you where the stage, boats 1 through 50 right here. Now, using logical sense, no one should be past this line and no one should be floating way over here. Last year, boat number 7 sitting right here. Okay, well, when we call you, yeah, you're up here close to the line, but you're not blasting off. You have to come by the end of the pier for us to do our blast off check. So now we're waiting for you to come all the way up here, all the way around, make your little circle and come through. So every year it's safe light. Y'all can see the sun comes up. You can see across the lake. That means we're ready to go. We got boats still sitting over here, boats sitting here, boats sitting here. It's like, oh, I'm in the cove. Let me just park right in the way. We're trying to get you out and give you as much fishing time as you can. And the majority of people are ready to go as the sun starts coming up and it's a safe light. Um, then make sure that you are behind this line. Okay. Ignore the notes over here on the side. This is from an older year. I just grabbed the slide to show you on the staging. We are not doing a trailered weigh-in. We are not using this address. This is for several years ago. I just wanted you to be able to see where I expect you to stage. Okay. By 6 o'clock, you need to be in these positions, boats 1 through 10, right here lined up, ready to go. Okay. Next thing. This is kind of what it looks like. You come in, you're going to come down. We'll have a person here. It's usually Curtis. We'll probably go three at a time. Make sure you turn your headlights off when you're backing down. It's always an issue. People leave their headlights on. You can't see. You got to turn those headlights off. You'll come down, you'll back down, drop your boat off, pull up around here to go park. Okay. I think this next one shows there's enough parking for 110 boats. Whatever you do, please do not park in this grass area. Anywhere outside of this road on any of the sides. Over here, this is someone's personal property right here. You cannot pull in someone's front yard to park your boat. If they call the sheriffs, your boat will be towed. Okay? You can go on the inside. So between the parking lot and these hedges and the road, this is fine. That's still part of the facility. Outside of the road, that's someone's yard. Please don't park there. Okay. When you get over here to this side, you can park on the grass on the inside. Do not touch any of this. I know that this is a perfectly right here on the outside of this road is perfectly flat, and you think if you pull your boat there, they will call the police. This grass lot, okay, it's easy to get into right here. This is someone's personal property. You pull onto this grass and park your boat, they're gonna have it towed. Once you come in on this road, you need to think of everything on the inside. Okay, I can come over here on the inside. This gravel and this little U-shape area, you can get several boats up in there. That's perfectly fine. As you're coming on this road, as you come in, you need to go ahead and start getting your stuff ready. Once you turn this corner right here and head down this hill, you ought to be ready to back in. Please don't get down the hill to the ramp and get out and you got to put your plug in. We got to put our cooler in there. And here's my tackle out of the back of the truck. And let me undo my back straps. All of that should be done on this road. Okay. With 110 boats, you're going to have plenty of time to up here. Stage, get that stuff ready. Once you turn this corner, be ready to go. Again, I don't know how else to say it. Inside of the road all the way around. You can park on the inside right here. Oh, this is fine, but not on the outside. This is fine, but this is not. This is off limits. This is off limits. This right here. This is the big one. People turn this road right here, and they want to, there's plenty of grass right there. Your boat and trailer may be gone when you get back. Do not park right here. They will tow your vehicle. This is fine as well. If there is no parking left here, here, and here, you got to go park somewhere else. Okay, there's only enough room for about 110. That's what I'm telling you ahead of time. Okay, make sure you're one of the first 110 or you're going to have to go elsewhere. All right, weigh in. Okay, weigh in's going to be at the state ramp. Okay, so we're going to go across the water when we weigh in. Okay, it's a little bit different, but if you'll follow these instructions, I promise it'll be easy. Okay, we already said 12-inch size limit, 5 fish limit. The state ramp does not have an actual address. If you just put in Boat Ramp Road, Wetumpka, Alabama, go all the way to the end of it, it will get you there. Okay, that's the only access that we have. So at weigh-in, make sure you bring fish to the scales as soon as possible. Okay, so now we're talking about state ramp. You can trailer if you parked at the state ramp. So in the morning, if you parked at the state ramp, you're going to come over to Bonner's Point. You're going to blast off. At the end of the day, you'll get back to the state ramp. If you want to trailer first, you can. But we need those fish to the scales as soon as possible. Once you come out of that water, the fish should not be sitting in your live wells for very long. Okay. Relative to your weigh-in time, here's my example. If you are boat number 20 and your weigh-in time for senior division is that first flight at 2, I think we're doing 2:15 this time, and your weigh-in time is 2:15. then you need to make sure if you're going to go trailer your boat that you're not coming across the scales at 320. There's no reason for that. If it takes that long for you to wait in line, let someone get out, go get your truck, now you're waiting in line, then go ahead and bring your fish up. Okay? We do not mind if you trailer, but do not let the trailer be an excuse of you not getting your fish to scales. Our scales are going to be very close to that ramp. If you want a trailer to get out of the way, absolutely have no issue with it. But you have to do whatever gets your fish to us the quickest. That's what you should be doing. Okay. Those that park at Bonners, you're going to have to, you don't have the option to trailer. So you're going to come drop off. I'm about to show you some maps. I highly recommend that you drop your anglers off with their fish and that you're going to have to stay out there in the boat until they get finished and until they finish up. Okay. Because we have everything on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. You can still go watch them. Okay, it's one of our only few lakes that you have to do that. There's not enough dock space. In the afternoon, we cannot be tying up to the docks at the state ramp. There's not enough room. Okay, drop your anglers off with their fish. Let them go weigh in, and then you can go take care of your boat after that. Okay. Make sure your live wells are working. Make sure fish stay in the water as soon as possible. We want you to take pictures with them. Guys, please hold the fish. Like we're excited as you are, as you if you catch a big 4 pounder, big 5 pounder fish, and you want to get out there and hold that fish up, that's great. But you've either got to have a good enough grip, okay, when you're holding that fish that you can hold on to it, or I would rather you use 2 hands and hold the fish. Okay. We cannot have fish dropping and hitting the ground. Okay. All right. Here's the most important part on this particular slide. Your peg is your safety piece. We have it on your cards that says your peg must be returned at a dock to check you in. I'm about to show you where we're going to do that. Typically, it is always the exact same place you get it. Okay, and for almost every other tournament, that's the case. On this one, you'll still turn it in at the dock, but you'll be turning it in at the state ramp. It doesn't make sense for you to go check in at Bonners and then come over to the state ramp to weigh in. Okay, so you'll be returning your peg at the state ramp in the afternoons. Do not bring it to the scales. We record your time when the peg gets back. That's to be fair and consistent across the board with everyone. Even if you've already weighed in, we record it when your peg is handed to our staff. That's consistent across the board. We're upfront about it. It's no hidden games, there's no tricks. We don't want to count anyone off. Every boat captain is required to watch this video so everyone knows your wooden peg goes to our staff at the end of the dock. Okay, here's where that's going to be right here. So this is the state ramp. Here is the ramp, and it's got a few docks here. Then you got this dock over here on the dam side. So right here at the bottom of the screen is where the dam's at. We're going to be set up to weigh in right here. Our weigh-in trailer is going to be sitting right here. It'd be facing this direction. So everyone that's coming as parents and spectators and whatever, you can come in. We'll have these right here marked off. It's only going to take about 5 to 6 boat spots. Okay, my box is a little bigger than we're actually going to take up. So um, we won't lose that much parking. We'll have our stage trailer here facing this direction. Y'all can come in and watch and have everything set up. You need to come bring your peg right here. Okay, so you can come right here. Boom, you can grab, turn in your peg, and then from here, you can either come out here and float, get your fish ready, and drop it back off for your fish here, or once you turn in your peg here, you can come around and drop off with your fish over here, or you can reload. Again, we're checking your time. So if you drop your peg at 2:15 right here, you don't need to take an hour or 35, 40 minutes to get around here and get your fish back up. If it takes that long to wait, get to the dock, drop them off, let them walk up with bags and to their fish. Okay. We do not care if they walk up this way or if they come from this way. This is not that far of a walk. It's under 30 seconds from here to here. Okay. So either way, they can walk up with their fish. Pegs absolutely have to come back here. If you forget and you come over here to the ramp and you come in and you weigh in your fish, and then an hour later you bring your peg back, we're going to mark you for an hour late. Okay. Your peg has to go back. All right. Here's my request for the morning. Okay, this is a larger shot, so you can see this is the state ramp as you're coming in. This area right here will have flagged off. Okay, this is where our um, stage will be set up for spectators. Please do not park right here where these red scribbles are. Okay, if you look at the way this is set up, there's lines drawn for boats right here. They stop right here. They pick back up right here. There are not lines drawn right here. Okay. It's way too crowded how narrow this is. Nobody should be parking in this area. Besides that, we intentionally set up our weigh-in where ours will kind of push out right here because there is no parking. So these boats coming up through here will hug the left-hand side and then will come here and then they'll come this way and hug this as they leave. So they'll come through here and then back out around our weigh-in. Okay. Please do not park this in the morning. We'll try to set cones up. If you see cones and caution tape there, it's for a reason. Okay, don't try to pull in between it. This is marked off. No parking here. We'll have this flagged off. If it's not flagged off, you're free to park there. Okay, we'll be monitoring that in the morning. All right, Bonner's Point Cove is off limits until 8 a.m. So that's where we're blasting at. Once you blast off after 8 a.m., you can come back in there and fish if you want to. Okay, but nothing before 8 a.m. The docks around the state ramp, both here and this one up here by the boat ramp, is off limits all day long. Okay, cannot be fishing those all day long. They are off limits. And 50 foot away from all other anglers. That's in our rules. That's how far you should stay away from them. Okay, looking at the weather for this weekend, supposed to be very nice. High of 85, 84 on Saturday. I think low in the 60s, maybe get down to the high 50s. A little bit of a wind as the afternoon comes as it gets to the afternoon, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not much chance of rain. Overall, we're looking pretty good. As far as weather goes, this weekend should be a fantastic week to kick things off. Standard rules and stuff, I'm not going to go through in detail. I'll leave it up on the screen for those of you who are new. Four big things that we're looking for as you come through the blast off lot. Life jackets are on. Okay. Life jackets cannot be inflatables. It's the first rule on here. It's a rule we've had for years. It must be standard style life jacket, must be buckled zip fastened all the way. You have to have your life jacket on at all times when the outboard is running on the tournament day. Okay. The tournament day. Doesn't matter before blast off. It doesn't matter after weigh-in. Tournament day is the way that our rules read. Your tournament day is all day on Saturday. If you've weighed in your fish and you go back to load your boat and you're not wearing your life jacket, you're in violation of the rules. You're subject to disqualification. Life jacket must be on. Everyone in the boat, standard style life jacket when the outboard is running all tournament day long. Your lights need to be on and working, front and back, regardless of whether it's daylight or not. Okay, you have to show that they're on and working. Kill switch has to be hooked up. Live wells need to be open and running. Okay, as you come through, stay seated, keep your hands inside. You don't have to scrub the docks. You can stay off a foot or two. Then there's no reason for the anglers to put their hands out. No reason to, have to stand up. Okay, Curtis can throw you the peg after each tournament, usually sometimes on Saturday night, sometimes it's late when I get in after traveling, but definitely by Sunday night, we will have the results posted to our website. So you can come to this page on our website. If you click on the individual lake, you can see the results broken down by your team. You can see it by individual boats, or you can click this green link at the top and it will show you team standing year to date as we go through the season. So you can see kind of what place you're in and where you're at. All right, so that gets us most of our information that we needed for Lake Jordan. I will tell you one thing I missed earlier. Bathrooms, we are bringing in some portable bathrooms. They have two bathrooms there already. So let me go back to this slide because I think this is very important. Um, all right. So up here, this is a restroom right here. They will bring in some more portable toilets and put in around. So right now there's a men and a women's up here. We should have another two or three men and women's as well as handicap accessible restrooms and trailers pulled up around this area. Okay. All of these will be filled in with boats. Spectators that are coming to watch the weigh-in, please don't come down here and park. Okay. We're going to be set up for weigh-in right here. If you want to come down with your vehicle, you can come down in circle, you can come up, you can drop off your stuff, and then you must leave. I don't care, even if there's an open spot, you cannot park down here because our boats and trailers will need it after the tournament. Okay, single vehicles, pull down, circle, come back, drop your stuff off, and then you need to walk up here, or you need to come up here and park. So far as parking, uh, single vehicles, you can pull in on the grass right here. Okay, so you can come back up here and pull in. That gets you the closest. There's some places in between these trees. You can't get on the pavement, but you can pull in the grass right here on these trees. This whole gravel area you can park in right here. Okay, we easily ought to get 30, 40 cars in there. And then both sides of the road, as far back as you need to go. If you get there late, you may have to walk for a little bit, but you can park on both sides of the road as far back as you need to and walk down the road. Okay, you're going to have to walk a little bit to get to the weigh in on this one. Okay, it's just the nature of the way this one is set up. Okay, the more you carpool, the better off we'll be. If you're coming with family members, meet them somewhere up here. There's the Camp Chandler that's right up through there. There's a, I think it's Sway Bridge or something, walking trails. Meet them up there. There's a couple little places to pull in. Meet them up here, get in one vehicle and bring one vehicle down. As many people as you can put in a vehicle and carpool, the less we'll have, the more opportunities we will for park. If everybody comes in their separate vehicle, just know you may be walking a half a mile down the road in order to get here, but there's plenty of places to park. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. We have sponsors. We do have a couple of new sponsors this year. Phoenix Boats is back as our title sponsor. We've had them up there as one of our top sponsors for years, but they're back as our title sponsor this year. We appreciate their continued support. RC&D Council is back with us again. We are thrilled to have them back. They are all about promoting natural resource and conservation projects across our state, and we love for and we're going to do some things this year to kind of highlight our schools and our programs who have natural resource and conservation events held in their chapter meetings. I won't go through all these. Alpha Insurance is back. American Bait Works, Red Warrior Foundation is one of our scholarship providers. Vibia Eyewear's got their same deal this year. Kuza Cotton giving out gift cards. Freedom Marine's keeping his deal going with the top finisher with $1,000. Big Fish is 500. Alabama Power, Shimano, both big with scholarships. Shimano gives us reels to give away at the tournaments for our anglers. One of our big changes this year is we're changing over and going with the Sublime Wear USA for our jerseys. They are a company that's based in the United States. I've worked with a lot of different companies over the years and doing this, working with individual teams and stuff. And they've reached out for several years and have been asking to come on board. They've been patient, and we finally had an opportunity to connect this summer. And I'll tell you, um, maybe the best customer service of any apparel and jersey, especially company that I've worked with. Just on top of things, great quality products. And so you'll see our staff will have some jerseys and hoodies from them this year. I highly recommend your teams to go and check them out. If you haven't ordered jerseys this year, definitely give them a shout. They have a quick turnaround time, a great production staff. They can get you proofs, but customer service just out of this world. It's been fantastic to work with a company that quickly gets back to you and is excited about offering their products at a discount to all the teams in Alabama. If you've already ordered your jerseys this year, keep them in mind. If you decide to do other type shirts or something for your team, they would be a great resource to go to. Other than that, when you get ready to order jerseys next year, give them a chance, give them a try. And I think that you'll be absolutely thrilled with the quality that they have and the customer service. Like I said, I can't say enough about their customer service. So we're excited about them. Frog Togs, Halo, Rods, Big Back Baits, all back with us as well. And so we're excited about what they're going to do this year to continue to give products to our anglers throughout the season, as well as some of our giveaways and scholarships at the end of the year. I am working on discount code. Right now on our website, discount codes are still showing last year's form. I'll tell you, Frog Tog's discount code is going to stay the same. You can use it. Kusa Cotton's going to stay the same. You can use it. Amphibia Eyewear is staying the same. You can use that. We'll talk about their perk program a little bit later. But they are going to be giving back 20% of all of the sales this year. If you need a pair of glasses, check them out. I've got a couple pair myself, some that I've bought, and fantastic glasses. Just love them, especially if you do a lot on the water, between fishing, swimming, kayaking. I love the glasses because I never have to worry about losing them in the water. Um, on Halo, NetBait, Bait Fuel, I am working on the discount codes. They have school specific codes. I have not received those yet, but I'll get those as soon as possible. And then we'll have some Shimano discount cards as well. Other than that, that kind of wraps up. I know it was a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure that I covered the details that we needed for this particular tournament. If you have any questions, please shoot those to me. We'll be glad to answer those either through phone, text message, email, or on Facebook. Otherwise, be safe traveling into the Wetumpka Hopeful area. We're excited about getting kicked off on Lake Jordan this weekend. We'll see you at Packet Pickup on Friday night, and then we'll see the rest of you early Saturday morning.